Hello there, welcome to my views and news. Breaking news for you. Since last night, we have been hearing that Somalia had recalled its ambassador from Ethiopia. Now, officially, it has been confirmed a key meeting of Somalia's cabinet was held. Hamza Abdi Bare, the Prime Minister, chaired the meeting. Some key announcements by Somalia's government. It was an emergency meeting held after Ethiopia signed a memorandum of understanding with Somaliland yesterday. What happened? What is the announcement from Somalia? What does Somalia intend to do to stop the upcoming pact between Ethiopia and Somaliland? Secondly, while there is concern shown by Somalia, there are celebrations in Ethiopia. A rally was taken out in a major city in Ethiopia today to celebrate the agreement between Ethiopia and Somaliland. Not agreement, just a memorandum of understanding. MOU cannot be called an agreement. Now, let me start, viewers, with the news story from Somalia. Since last night, we have been waiting for official response from Somalia's government. Yesterday, Ethiopia inked a memorandum of understanding with Somaliland. Somaliland agreed to give 20-kilometer long coastal area to Ethiopia for the establishment of a military base, and Ethiopia would gain access to a port for 50 years on lease in Somaliland. In return, Ethiopia will recognize Somaliland as a country, and Somaliland will have shares in Ethiopian Airlines, a profitable Ethiopian entity. UAE is behind this deal. UAE is a shareholder in Berbera port, which Ethiopia could start using. Since last night, we have been seeing statements. Farmajo, former president, spoke a few hours ago condemning Ethiopian greed for Somalia's land and sea. Almost quote unquote, these words were used by Farmajo that there is greed shown by Ethiopia for Somalia's territories. Then we saw statements from Sharif Sheikh, from Mohammed San Roble, from Hassan Ali Khaire, and the top Somalia's politicians rejecting Ethiopia's Somaliland memorandum of understanding. But we were waiting for official statement from Somalia's government. A meeting was held today of Somalia's cabinet. Hamza Abdi Bare, the Prime Minister, chaired the meeting. The main man in Somalia is Hassan Sheikh, by the way, President. He's the main man. All powers are held by main powers are held by Hassan Sheikh. But the meeting was chaired by Hamza Abdi Bare. And after that, Somalia confirmed the withdrawal of its ambassador from Ethiopia. Somalia has officially recalled its ambassador from Ethiopia. Somalia says that it has recalled its ambassador for consultations. Obviously, a diplomatic row between the two countries is starting. Diplomatic relations could be cut off. Ethiopian ambassador to Somalia working there, but Somalia's ambassador to Ethiopia has been recalled. Since last time, we have been hearing rumors, now confirmed officially by Somalia's government. Firstly. Secondly, the Somali cabinet says that the memorandum of understanding signed between Ethiopian government and Somaliland is a violation of international law. It is illegal. It is invalid. It is null and void. It has no legal status. So Somalia has outrightly, completely rejected the memorandum of understanding signed yesterday between Ethiopia and Somaliland. What does Somalia plan to do? Somalia is calling it naked aggression. The words used by Somalia's government is that what Ethiopia is doing is naked aggression against Somalia. What does Somalia intend to do? Is it going to do something militarily to stop this memorandum of understanding? Well, firstly, Somalia has requested international organizations to intervene. A request from Somalia to African Union to UN Security Council to convene an emergency meeting, saying that this issue is a threat to regional peace and stability. That is why UN Security Council and African Union should call emergency meetings. And secondly, Somalia's government asked OIC, Organization of Islamic Conference, Arab League, other organizations to stand behind Somalia in this face-off between Somalia and Ethiopia. So, militarily, obviously, Somalia not in a position to make a move. Diplomatically, Somalia has made its first move. It has recalled its ambassador. Secondly, I think Somalia might take this case to a legal platform too. But before that, Somalia wants to use international pressure against Ethiopia. Will OIC, Arab League, UN Security Council, African Union listen to Somalia or not? Who will this support? That remains to be seen. Especially African Union. Will African Union take sides? Will it condemn the statement, the memorandum of understanding? We'll see in coming days. Somalia just saw lifting of arms embargo, which was put in place on Somalia decades ago. The country is faced with internal crises, different type of crises. Can it rally regional support, international support to put an end to the memorandum of understanding, which could turn into an agreement in coming months? In 1 month, I think this memorandum of understanding is set to be turned into a deal. Obviously, deal will be signed, terms will be negotiated. But before that, Somalia has started its diplomatic move, recalled ambassador, and telling international community to stand behind Somalia. Let's see what happens. Too early to say who in the region will support Somalia. We'll see in coming days and weeks. But we're seeing start of tensions between Ethiopia and Somalia. Ethiopia has hundreds of its troops deployed to Somalia. Troops are part of African Union peacekeeping mission, and troops are operating separately too on Somalia's territory. Ethiopia has military bases in Somalia. Somalia might tell Ethiopia to withdraw all its troops from Somalia, which could lead to more tensions on Ethiopia-Somalia border. I have not heard from Hassan Sheikh, the president, so far, but Hamza Abdi Bare, the prime minister, was heard saying that people should not be worried. Somalia's people should not be worried. Government will protect every inch of Somalia's territory. The MOU is a violation of Somalia's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Secondly, was while there is concern, there are fears in Somalia that the member of understanding could turn into a deal. Celebrations in Ethiopia since yesterday. We have been hearing from government ministers, government officials celebrating, saying that at last the landlocked Ethiopia has gained access to the sea. Alamo Seme, the Minister of Transport, spoke, and then today a rally was held to celebrate the memorandum of understanding signed yesterday. Rally was taken out in Wollo. Dasi is a major city in the Wollo zone of the Amhara region. Today, a rally was taken out there. Dozens of vehicles participated. I think ENDF soldiers were there too. And it is being reported by Amhara state media, Ethiopian state media, that residents took out this rally on their own to support the memorandum of understanding, saying that this memorandum of understanding will lead to broader regional cooperation and integration. By the way, protests, rallies are not allowed in Ethiopia. A few days ago, some political parties tried to protest in Addis Ababa, calling for withdrawal of military from different parts of the country and start of negotiation. That rally was banned, but rally in Dassey was protected by security forces. Other security forces were part of this rally. So the mood in Ethiopia is that of celebration. Mood that we're seeing in Somaliland is again celebratory mood. But in Somalia, there is anger. People, opposition parties, opposition politicians, government politicians, all are uniting against Ethiopia. Question is, can they do anything to stop the coming deal or not? Or will they just keep on issuing statements like they did in 2016 when UAE's DP World signed a memorandum of understanding with Somaliland's government? Back then, we saw similar threats and statements from Somalia, but nothing happened. UAE pressed ahead with building Berbera port, and UAE's DP World is now a major shareholder there. But problem with Ethiopia is that Ethiopia shares a long border with Somalia. UAE does not share any border with Somalia. Somalia was not in a position to pressurize UAE. Ethiopia could face the consequences of this deal. Farmajo warned yesterday, former president, that Ethiopia will have to face the consequences of this move. Question is, what does Somalia have to use against Ethiopia? That will speak on in coming videos. Thank you for watching.